I still remember the day. I was sitting in the break room of the air traffic control tower in Puerto Rico, where I just got a job working as a civilian air traffic controller after serving 6 years in the military, when my coworker rushes downstairs. He came from the tower cab, storms into the break room, is on the phone arguing with his wife after almost crashing 2 planes together, whips out a blood pressure monitor, slaps it on his arm, and begins reading his blood pressure. I was only there for 6 months, and this was his daily routine. He would come to work pissed about something that happened at home. Then he would get more upset at the stressful nature of the job, air traffic control, where lives were in his hands. He had been getting upset from both ends, his home and his work life, and then he would let it out on the trainees and the pilots that he'd be talking to, yelling at them for making a small mistake when 99% of the time it was something completely harmless, just a learning mistake. And this is right after I separated from the Air Force and achieved what I thought was my dream. Because after high school, I had no idea what it was that I wanted to do with my life. I didn't know what career to pursue. I just knew that I didn't want to go the traditional route of college, university, getting put into debt, studying something that I had no passion for, just so I could have the feeling of being productive while wasting some of the best years of my life. I had never even considered joining the military up until my senior year of high school. They were giving out the ASVAB during the same period as my physics class, and I dreaded going to physics, so I signed up for the ASVAB as a way to skip class. Took the test, began getting calls from recruiters in the military, and then I started looking into it. I just searched best jobs in the military, landed on a couple, air traffic control being one of them, walked into a recruiter's office, told them I'm not joining unless it's anything other than this or another one or two I had it narrowed down to. And that reminds me, if you're considering joining the military, you must do that. Do not go in open general, open admin, or without doing your research, because they will try placing you into a shit job if you don't. So study for the ASVAB, get a good score, and from there you will qualify from any job, and just make it clear that you will not join for anything less than what you decided on. But from that day forward, after I learned about air traffic control, it became my dream to learn the skill and then separate from the military and get a job making 6 figures as a civilian. And I accomplished it all at the age of 24. But then I wasn't sure what to do next, because I achieved my goal, and now I knew I'd always have a limit on how much I could be making, and I just felt like I was stuck. Even though everything looked good on paper, I felt like I was lacking purpose while building someone else's dream instead of my own. And I missed the camaraderie of the military, since now I was surrounded by people twice my age who hated their lives and hated their wives. Just kind of felt like there was something missing, like there was something more. So I decided to quit my job and move to Thailand. Rational decision, yes, I get it. But that is where I learned the skill that has now allowed me to make a living from anywhere in the world by taking Zoom calls from my laptop. It wasn't until meeting someone in my Muay Thai gym while I was living in Chiang Mai who was making $30,000 per month doing something called remote high ticket sales, which is something I had never heard about before. He said, all you do is take Zoom calls and answer and ask questions to warm inbound leads who book in on your calendar to speak and learn more. The business owner is already creating the content, generating the leads, running paid ads. These leads are booking in on your calendar. You just show up, open your laptop at the right time, ask a few questions, and collect payment. And from there, your job is done. At first, I thought it sounded like bullshit, like it was too good to be true. But I didn't really know what else to do, so I decided to give it a try. I found a mentor, I learned the skill, and then spent every waking moment either lifting weights, training Muay Thai, or role-playing sales calls for months with no results. And after a while, it began to feel hopeless because I hadn't made any real money yet, and I almost decided to quit and just go back to my 9-to-5 job, the thing I knew as an air traffic controller. But fortunately, I decided to push through, and I eventually landed on my first offer, which was ghostwriting books for entrepreneurs. And our prices on this offer range from $29,000 to $89,000 US, which means just 5 sales on a $29,000 offer at 10% commission would put $14,000 into my pocket, all from just taking some calls over Zoom. Of course, you're following up, and this isn't some work 1 to 2 hours a day while sipping coconuts or Mai Tais on a beach. If you're looking for a get-rich-quick thing, that is not what this is. But that's right around the time when making money online finally felt real. Not because I'm special or smart or started with some crazy connections, because I really didn't. It's simply because I finally had met someone in real life who was doing what it was that I wanted to do. And I realized that they were not that different from me. And if they can do it, then why not me? And why not you? Fast forward to today, I'm filming this video from my apartment here in Medellin, Colombia, with this unreal view after eating 5 eggs and avocado. Daily breakfast, sometimes we throw some shrimp in there, and it still just feels like not long ago I was being told what to do, when to do it, where to be, by not just the military, but then even as a civilian, when I thought getting out would mean freedom, but it's really just trading one uniform for another. Now I get to choose where I work, when I work. I still put in the hours, but the point is that it's on my time. Anyways, I post videos here weekly on how you can get started in remote high ticket sales for free, but more importantly, on how to set yourself up for success after the military in all areas, from benefits, fitness, nutrition, and mindset. So subscribe for more videos in the future, and I'll catch you in the next one, homie.